welcome back to the channel. So today we are cutting a short pant. Yes, we are cutting a short pant. With me here I have 2 yards of Ankara fabric for this short pants. I'm not going to be using the 2 yards finish, so let's get into the tutorial. So if you're a beginner and you have never tried a short pant before, I will advise you to take your time to watch this tutorial from beginning to the end. First thing I did was to fold the edge of this Ankara fabric into 2. So if you don't want to waste your fabric, I will advise you to fold your fabric this way. You can fold it any way, but if you are following my method and you don't want to waste your client's fabric, I will advise you to fold it this way. So after you fold it this way, don't forget I said we are cutting a short pant. My client's trouser length is 19. So now, based on what we are cutting for the band, the trouser we are cutting is going to have band and it's going to have side zip. The zip is going to be at the side. So for the band, I'm going to remove 2 inches for the band. So this is it, 2 inches for the band. So this measurement is going to start from 2, like this. Are you with me? So after that, I will measure my client's trouser length, which is 19. This is 19 at this part, 19. After this 19, go ahead and add your sewing allowance. So for the sewing allowance and everything, I will add just 3 inches to it. Just 3 inches as my sewing allowance. So this is all I have. You don't need to measure knee length because even the pants, the length of the pant does not reach knee length. It's a short pant, so you don't need knee length in this sense now. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and at this point here, I'm going to mark 1 inch inward at the down part here. So I'll be coming with 1 inch. Okay, before that, let me explain this way. What is our client hip line? For this dress now, my client's hip line, I'll be using 8.5. So when I want to measure that 8.5, see, when I want to measure it, I place my tape measurement from 2 because I'll be adding 2 inch as band. So don't forget to do that. So this is my client's hip line measurement. Normally, if not that I'm doing tutorial, I don't need hip line. But for you to have a better understanding, that's why I measure hip line, at least to be on the safe side. Oh my God, to show them. Hip line measurement. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to how to get your crotch depth. So I'm going to be using lapse measurement to get my crotch depth. My client lapse measurement is 25. 25 divided by 2 will give me 12.5 minus 1. That is how I always get my crotch depth. My client's lapse measurement divided by 2 minus 1. So 25 divided by 2 will give me 12.5 minus 1 will give me 11.5. Okay, 11.5. So now for you to get your crotch depth, don't forget to place your tape measurement from 2 this way. Then go ahead and mark 11.5 at this part, like this, 11.5. So this is going to be our crotch depth line. So I will mark that as well. So this is our crotch depth line. This is our client's hip measurement. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do now, at the crotch depth line, I'm still going to maintain that 1 inch at the crotch depth line. So that's why I have to get that. So when you get to the hip line area, instead of you to measure 1 inch, change it to half of an inch. So as I'm coming, when I get to the hip area, I change it to half of an inch. Then at the waist area, go ahead and use 1.5. So this is 1.5 here. So I'm going to connect from here to this place. So I hope you are getting it. So this is what I have now. So the next thing I'm going to do now, what is our client's lapse measurement? We said 25. Now to get your client's lapse measurement, you only need to divide your lapse measurement divided by 2. Why are you dividing it by 2? It's because the fabric is folded into 2. So that's why it's going to be divided by 2. So 25 divided by 2 will give us 12.5. So you are measuring that 12.5 from here to here. So this is 12.5. Are you with me? What is our client's hip measurement? 38. 38 divided by... Now, you know, when I want to do lapse measurement, I use divided by 2. But when you want to use hip measurement, when you want to measure your client's hip, you are going to use divided by 4. 38 divided by 4 will give us what? 9.5. So this is it. 9.5. Let's say plus 1 inch sewing allowance. For ease, let me just say for ease at the hip area. So I added just 1 inch to the hip measurement. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do, what is our client's band measurement? Trouser band. So our client trouser band is 29.5. So 29.5 divided by 4. This place as well is divided by 4. Whatever it gives you, this is it. Plus 1 inch or half of an inch sewing allowance. You don't need to add too much to the waist area, because this waist, you are not taking that at the waist. At the front waist, you are not taking any dart. So you can just add 1 inch or half inch and quarter or half inch. You don't need much sewing allowance at this part. Are you with me? So the next thing you are going to do now is to take your French cuff and connect like so. So just try and figure out how to do this, please. So this is it. So this is it. This is what I have at this point. Now, to the leg part of the, what can the measure for leg again? Measure. So I measured the girl, the down part of the girl trouser. I measured the round circumference. It's 22. So this is 22 right here. So this is it. 22 divided by 2 will give me 11. So I measure exactly what I measure out. So I'm going to connect it this way. So this is everything about this trouser. Now, the next thing we are going to do now is to go ahead and at this point here, go ahead and mark 1 inch downward for your slope, for the front slope, so that the front will lay so well on your client's body. So this is it. Very easy, very demure, and very mindful for sugar in my life. So let's quickly go ahead and cut it out. If you don't want it to have shape like this, then you don't need to do this shape. Just cut it straight down. But if you want it to have your body shape, then go ahead and do this. So this is it. Don't forget to cut this just the way you see me doing in this video. Then don't forget to do your shoulder slope. I'm sorry. Your trouser slope is very important as well. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and place the first one I cut. Place it like so. So I'll place it this way. Place it on top of another one. Now, your client, does your client have big bum bum? Yes or no? No. No. Our client does not have big bum bum. Our bum bum is just 38. So the 1 inch that we cut away is what we are returning. But let's say your clients have big bum. I will advise you to add more than 1 inch to this part. I know what I'm saying. So here now, I'll just return that 1 inch here. This is it, 1 inch. So I'll just return it like this. Can you see what I did? Don't forget to. This is it. Then, how many inch are we adding to our client's back piece? 2 inch. 2 inch. This is it. 2 inch. At this point here, 2.5. 2 inch. 2 inch. 2 inch. So I just add 2 inch on. Then at this point here, I added. Just here. This is it. This is how to cut your short pants. It's as simple as this. So I'll cut it out without wasting much of our time. So we are cutting this exactly. You don't need to add anything to this place. Just cut exactly what you have here. I believe you understand. This is our part now. So the next thing we are cutting is the pocket. So for the pocket, just cut out 14 by 14. For the length of the pocket, 14 by 14 or 13 by 13. Anyone you use, you are correct. If you cut 14, you are correct. If you cut 14 or 13, whatever, you are correct. So this is it for the pocket. Just like I said now, I said you are going to cut 14 by 14 out. This is 14. When I say by 14 means 7. Like, you know, this is a fold. This is not a fold. So that's why this one is 7. Why this one is measured straight back. 14 by 14. This is for one pocket, one side pocket. This is for, so what I'll do is I'll just place this on top of another one like this. I'll just place it, then I will cut it out. So this is another one. This is two pockets now. So after you are done cutting that, the next thing we are cutting now is our client's band. Our client's band. So what is our client's band? 29, let's say 30, 29.5. So let's just say 30. So you are going to cut out 32. Don't forget, you are going to be putting C. So don't cut exactly 29.5. Add your sewing allowance to it. So I'm going to cut out 32 by 4. This is it. By 4 or by 4.5. That 0.5 I had is for sewing allowance. Don't forget to do that. So this is it. This is for the waist band. If there is anything you don't understand in this tutorial, don't bother to ask me. So this is 2 yards of Ankara fabric. This is what remains from 2 yards. This is what remains from 2 yards. So thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and see you guys in another tutorial. Bye bye.